The most common complaints, if you will, that I ever get from people is that I don't have enough time and I don't know what to do. So wellness is a very confusing process to most people, meaning that most people think if I have a symptom, I go take a medication and that's their solution. But wellness is kind of an arbitrary thing, meaning that they don't know the action steps they need to take on a consistent daily basis to maximize the function of their body and ultimately their overall health and life. Now, there is studies and research that have shown if you do these simple things that you're going to see better performance, better mindset, better energy, better function, and yet most people don't know what to do. And more than that, if they think of wellness, they typically think of like men's health and somebody with a ripped abs, or they think of a woman in a bikini, and they're just, it's almost too far out there for them. So what I have done is I've created a thing called the Vital 8. And what the Vital 8 is this. It's taken the entire vitalism code and taking it down, distilling it into the single best practices that if you do these things on a daily basis, you will have absolute maximum results. Now, are they the end all? Do you have to do nothing else? No, but if you do these things, you're going to see an incredible improvement in your mental attitude, even your spirituality, your physical nature of your body, and it's very simple. And the best thing that I did is I took it and I distilled it down into 8 minutes. That's right. In 8 minutes, preferably first thing in the morning, what you can do is do all of the action steps we're going to outline here, and they're 1 minute or less each. In combination, including transition time, you're going to see it's only 8 minutes. So we start off with the first thing, and the first thing is what we call your one thing, meaning that when you first wake up and you get going, what you're going to do is going to take out a little pad of paper and you're going to write out your one primary goal. So the first thing is what we call your one thing. So what that could be is a lot of things. It could be, I want to be pain-free. And so the second step of that is going to be, what are the 3 action steps you're going to work on that day to try to make that happen? So you write out your one thing, whatever that is. And maybe it's a new house. Maybe it's a job promotion. Maybe you want your kid to go from a D to an A. Whatever that happens to be, what you're going to do is you're going to write it out, and then you write, well, I would help them study more. I would make sure that I quiz them. I did this if that's the student. If it's like for your job, you go above and beyond. It's never crowded along the extra mile. You'd make extra phone calls. Whatever that looks like, if you want to lose weight, how far are you going to walk? What's your caloric intake? What are you going to be doing? So that's your one thing, whatever that happens to be for you. The second thing is what you're going to do is you're going to close your eyes after you write that out, and you're going to do a thing that we call a feelization. A feelization is this. It's a visualization of the future that you feel into. Because lots of times you'll visualize something and it may or not come true, but if you feel it with such incredible intensity, you feel it into your heart, you feel exactly what you want that to feel like, and then you start to materialize it. So a feelization or visualization, and that should only take you a few seconds actually. So the third thing is what we call meditation. Now, the meditation that we're going to be doing is a very empowerment. Meaning we're going to get our power. It's an embodiment exercise. So the concept is going to be this, is that, and there's a whole nother video on vitalism code on it, but what you're going to do is this. You're going to close your ears, close your eyes, close your nose, and then you're going to do the I love you meditation. So there's a recent study that was done, and what it showed was that people looked themselves in their eyes and told themselves that they loved themselves. They had their telomeres grow. Now, a telomere is the little strands at the end of the DNA that really show you how long you're going to live. And there's very few things that have ever been shown to show that they increase. By telling yourself that you love yourself over and over again, they actually begin to grow. And most people do not do that. So what we do is we close off. It's an embodiment exercise. You close here, you close here, you close here, and then on the breath in, you breathe in, you put the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, you breathe into the back of the throat, down into your belly, and you say, I love you, I love you, I love you. Please forgive me. The world never showed me how to love you. but I know now, and I love you, I love you, I love you. On the breath in, it's going to be 3 breaths in. On the exhale, you kind of sigh out through your throat right here. And what that does is it stimulates your body to be in what's called the parasympathetic nervous system by stimulating the vagal nerve right here. So in, on the out, it's a allowing your body to relax into the vision of and I love you. It's a beautiful exercise. If you've never done it, it can be absolutely life transformational on that one exercise. So the next thing you're going to do, so we're going to do the meditation here. Is we're going to get our bodies moving. So we're going to do what we call a foundational stretch. And there's a whole video on Vitalism Code on the foundational stretch. But the foundational stretch is this. Most people when they wake up, they kind of go like this and they stretch out because it's called an active resistant technique. You're actively resisting while you're stretching. Now, most people when they stretch, what they do is they kind of go like this and they stretch like that. We're not going to do that. So it's an active openness of the stretching system. So we call that a foundational stretch. So we're going to do that 3 times on each side. And then we're going to do more of an anterior stretch. So what that's going to look like, it's going to stretch out the posterior parts of our back and our spine and our posture. And it's an incredible postural awareness and openness of our body. So we're going to do our foundational stretching techniques. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get down to the ground and we're going to foam roll. Now, we like to use a foam roller that allows our bodies to, and our spine, to really open. So the foam roller actually has a concavity to it, and so what that's going to do is going to allow our spine to get in there. We're going to roll 3 times on our spine, just opening up our spine, getting everything moving very, very simply and easily. Feels great. You can hear your body kind of open in some unique ways, sometimes popping, sometimes breathing through it. Sometimes you feel some intense pain, and you got to work through that. Over time, it'll get easier and easier and better and better. So after that, we're going to do our spinal stretching, which is called the Z-line traction. What happens is this. From the moment you wake up and you get started in the day, there's a little force pulling down you back to earth, and it's called gravity. Well, gravity does not care about you. In fact, a study once showed that between 90 to 98% of the energy that you use on a daily basis is to fight the physical and the physiological effects of gravity. So gravity doesn't care, and it's always pulling down on you. So if you do not work on your posture, for every inch your head goes forward, it weighs 10 more pounds. So by doing the Z-line traction, we're going to open up that nervous system. We're going to decompress the brainstem, stretching out the spinal cord all the way down so your body goes, and really relaxes and opens everything into the system for the day. So after that, you're going to do what's called super brain yoga. So super brain yoga is a very unique systematic way of retraining your brain to cross the corpus callosum. So you're going to take your brain and you're going to calm it down by making it work. So the concept is this: you put the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, you breathe in through your nose, out through the mouth. You're going to cross your arms like this and squeeze right here, the tragus, the part on the very front anterior part of the ear, and you're going to pinch that because that's the reflexology point to your adrenal glands. You're going to breathe into the back of the brainstem, right in here, through your mouth as you do it, and then you're going to squat down 2 times with your eyes open and 2 times with your eyes closed. The kicker to it is you're going to learn and train yourself to do it on the tip of your toes. What it's going to be doing gets your brain crossing. You're going to be activating your upper motor neurons, your lower motor neurons, and it's incredible the embodiment exercise that you're going to be doing when you do the super brain yoga. That system alone has been transformational for so many of my clients over the years. The last thing then, you're going to make a shake. So super brain yoga. And a shake. So a shake is this. A shake is simply nutrition. So it's a greens, and it's a protein, and preferably an oil. So this really sums up what we're doing. It's 8 minutes, 8 simple things that you can do. So I just eliminated your 2 excuses, if you will. You don't have enough time, and you don't know what to do. Well, you do have enough time for 8 minutes in the morning, and now you know exactly what to do. So the best thing that you can do is set a goal. Okay, I've set a goal of how many days in a row you want to do it, and begin to see how you feel. Because at the beginning and the end of the day, it's how you feel. And if you do these things on a consistent manner, your brain, your mindset, your spirituality, your nutrition, you're going to go and start expressing yourself with so much more health, so much more consciousness, meeting your goals, meeting everything that you want, and ultimately that leads to you living and having a happier, better life. So enjoy. We call it the Vital 8. You can get all the products that we utilize on the Vitalism code. We really have sourced the best stuff so that you don't have to think about it anymore. You just get the stuff, you utilize it. It's not a tremendous amount of investment for what you're going to be gaining. So have a fabulous time with it. Give us your feedback, and we'll see you on the next video.